Mental health is something many of us take for granted, and if there is an issue, many are actually too embarrassed to share it. Well, LA County is putting the spotlight on mental health, making it a priority for everyone, and those who face their own challenges are leading the way. I'm Rachel Bozing. Welcome to My County, the show that explores services and programs provided to you by Los Angeles County. Joining me today is Kathy Warner, the Deputy Director for Adult Systems of Care in Los Angeles County. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm happy you're here. In 2004, Proposition 63 passed, and it's the Mental Health Services Act, and that earmarked money to really shine a spotlight on mental health. Set the stage for us.
For many years, we've struggled in LA County and across the state to really have the monies that we need to address mental health issues from people from birth to old age. And the Mental Health Services Act allows dedicated dollars to assure that those services can now be delivered.
And the great thing is that we're talking substantial amounts of money, $222 million just over the last year alone. And since 2004, the money has facilitated the creation of great things, and one of them being the 48 full-service partnerships. Tell me what those are and what population that serves.
Okay. Well, those programs are dedicated to providing intensive wraparound services to our clients most in need, from children to teenagers to adults and older adults. And the model's really a team, a multidisciplinary team that provides 24/7 coverage, not just to address the mental health needs of those people, but as well their quality of life needs. They may have housing issues. Many of the people who come into the program are homeless, for example. They have maybe have been arrested or have spent time in jail, in adult populations particularly. And so the team will address all of those relationship problems to really help them not just with mental health, but with all components of their life.
Which is great because you're really aggressively going after some marginalized populations and really trying to get in there and not just, like you said, address mental health services, but everything else around life, housing, jobs, and all those issues. But then you also have another way of approaching mental health, and that's going out into the community with the 66 field-capable clinical services. What does that mean? Help me.
Okay. Well, both full-service partnerships and field-capable clinical service teams do a lot of their work in the community, so I want to make sure people understand that. Field-capable clinical services is really to address populations that historically haven't come and sought services with us. It could be the elderly person who's very isolated at home and has an array of physical health needs and will not come in for help. It could be someone living in a small group home who's really isolated. So the team will go out and engage them and hopefully address their needs in a full way.
The last one is very revolutionary, and you actually have one person you want to talk about here, the 55 wellness and client-run centers. And that's revolutionary because it's people who have had their own mental health challenges, and they're helping other people now. And you've got someone who wanted to be named and talked about. Tell me about him.
Right. We're going to talk a little bit about Gary, who was a person who had struggled with mental health and substance use issues and had spent some time in an inpatient setting and really was very hesitant to seek our help, but did get mental health treatment. And as he improved, he asked if he could give back and volunteer at South Bay Mental Health. And so he's transitioned from being a client at the center to being one of the peer advocates who now works with the team at the Wellness Center to really address needs of other consumers who've gone through similar experiences to Gary.
And that's one of the things that you're trying to illuminate here. First of all, the money says mental health is everyone's business. And then it also says that we need to shine a spotlight on it and erase the stigma. And you're saying that people who've addressed their own challenges really are mentors in a great way to people addressing challenges like that might be current. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. I think people who have walked that road, so to speak, can really give back and be a mentor and support other individuals that are, you know, having the same kinds of struggles. And so the wellness centers, and we have many of them, they're out in the community. They're like storefront settings where people can walk into. We like to think of it as no wrong door. A person can come in and get the help that they need there. So we're really excited about that. Northeast is one example of a wellness center that's really doing an exceptional job at engaging Latino communities in that part of Los Angeles. They have over 45 volunteers now working like Gary to give back and to work with other clients in need of help.
And you're actually, obviously you're being very successful because you've served in the last year probably about 70,000 clients, right?
We're very busy in Los Angeles County, yes. Yes.
And you're also, in addition to having people who've walked the walk, as you mentioned, because we're such a diverse population, and you said you've got some Hispanic work that you're doing as well, people who look like you know, I mean, you want to talk to somebody who may have walked your walk, but also maybe comes from the same community as you do. Is that right?
It's absolutely true. I mean, really, mental health is a community, and we're all part of that community. And we're hoping that we, by working together and having partners that may be consumers themselves or someone who's been a parent of a young child struggling with mental health issues, that we'll really be able to assure that everyone is comfortable in working with us.
So your charge is kind of, you want to erase the stigma and not make it scary. Go out to people and get them where they're comfortable, and also surround them with people that they'd be comfortable with.
That's absolutely true. And really help them with all their life needs. Mental health issues, employment, housing, education, all of that.
Now, if somebody's watching and they're inspired to go for themselves or for someone that they might know, where do they go?
For more information, please contact us at the Department of Mental Health, dmh.lacounty.gov.
Kathy, that's been fantastic.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for your time. And please join us next time right here on My County and learn about more programs and services brought to you by Los Angeles County. Thanks. We'll see you next time.